Hello, welcome to the channel, Van Kippers, and I'm Keith, and we are all about trying to come up with good ideas, hacks and money saving tips in building your own self-built camper van. So today's video is all about the sudden realization one day after a few years of using our self-built van that there's the potential for risk to life. So if you're intrigued, why not just follow on and watch the video and see what you think by the time I get to the end. Okay then, so here we are in my favourite part of our van build is what I call my little pod. That's my 4-foot wide bed, fixed bed, TV, and it's just like a little cocoon that I love to be in. And you know, we used this for a couple of seasons, and I'm thinking one morning, actually, when you look towards the front of the van, which is really our easiest means of getting out, in between us and that door, or those doors, we've got a gas boiler, a diesel heater, all of the electrics and batteries, and a gas stove. What the hell are we going to do if there's a fire and we need to get out in a hurry? Because I'm sure you'll agree, if you've put your fixed bed at the height that I have, you cannot get anywhere near the door handle to be able to open it easily and get out. Now, okay, you may have left a bigger gap between your mattress and the back door. That's fine if you've done that. Now, this isn't robust enough, in my opinion, for daily use. However, if you need to get out in a hurry, all you need to do, grab the handle, push down, and you're out the door. So there it is, tucked away nicely out of the way. Can't see it beside the cabinet. So there you go. If you haven't got one of these fitted, I highly suggest you do, because one day it might just help save your life. So here we are back out in the van. This is now the second build, so now I'm really able to finish this story. Two things I'm going to be doing today. I've got a bit of, yet again, lying around, a bit of box section which was in my shed. I'm going to cut that down, and I have a spare handle which is from the original doors that I threw away off this van, and of course I have another handle which came with the replacement doors. So what I'm going to do today is this handle here is going to be offered up to the top of the door and fitted in that position there. Now then, yes, I get it, this sort of panel does flex a bit, but remember, these are not for pulling the door shut or anything. It's just for operating that to release the catch, and then you push the door to get out. Now, when it comes to closing the door, I don't really imagine you would ever want to be closing it from this position. However, if that is a possibility, then I might just put a grab handle on here, so that if you're lying in bed and you've had a quick look out and you just want to close it, you can just pull it from a more central location. By doing that, you're obviously going to pull the door closed straight, for want of a better word, as opposed to if it was in the top corner, you might be inducing a bit of a twist to it. So anyway, let's get away back to the shed. I'm going to cut that in half, and then we'll come back and get it fixed to the door skin. So I've spared you the trial and tribulations of cutting metal, drilling holes and tightening nuts up. This is the final location of the handle. I'm just going to take this away, and there's the two bits in place. And what I've done is I've put a couple of M6 riv nuts in there. Now obviously, if you don't use riv nuts, you can simply use nuts and bolts. What I would suggest, if that's the case, is that you put your bolt from the inside of the door out over and hold it in place with quite a thin nut, for argument's sake. Then offer up your handle and then put a final nut to hold the handle in place, because that way, of course, in future, if you need to take the handle off, you're not going to lose the fixings down the inside of the door. Okay, so that's it then. The handle is in, and I have moved it. First attempt, I had it there, and then I was going to go to the local bike shop and have them make up a cable for me, but then I went to the shed and found an actual Citroen door cable, and so I've had to move it to here, because it's irrelevant where it goes anyway. So that cable now routes down through the side of the door and comes out behind the original factory fitted handle. Now I have made a wee bracket, and there's this secondary cable on there. So we have the factory fitted cable pulling right to left, and the one up above pulling right to left also. So what I need to do now is attach that somehow to that, but I think actually just put a wire tourniquet, for want of a better word, around there, and then that should be sufficient, because all it's ever going to be doing is pulling, it's never going to be pushing. So that's really all I need to do. In fact, I'll do that now, and then we'll come back and have a look. Okay, so that's it. That's the two cables joined together at the factory fitted door handle. It's a little bit crude, but I just took a little slither of copper gas pipe, put it around there, and then crimped it. So there we are, it's tucked in the top left corner of the door now. So for demonstration purposes, here we go. Here's the original handle. The door pops open. And then the new emergency handle, and this is difficult to do one-handed, but never mind. There we go, and there's the door open again. So we'll call that a success, and we'll move on to the next project. So hopefully, if nothing else, you've come away with a good idea of how to apply a similar principle to your own van. I know mine was specific to our Citroen Relay, and I did lose some of the detailed footage of how I did it. However, at the end of the day, it's more about the thought of what could happen and taking some steps to rectify the problem rather than the how to do it. Anyway, in the future, I will be trying to do other bits and pieces like this. So if you would please subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thumbs up would be really appreciated. And if you've got any comments, then please feel free to pass any comments over to me. And also, even better, give me an idea of what you've done in your van, which is perhaps better than what I've just done in ours. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.